What's up, everyone? It's the BumCast presented by Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive in Bolingbrook, Illinois. I'm your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge of Baloney, Joey P. And returning once again, our very good friend, Herb Lawrence. Filling in for Dougie Fresh.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me again.
Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. How you been?
Been good. Just got back from Austin, Texas right now. It was good times in Texas. First time ever really in Texas. Wasn't as bad as I was thought to be, but I was in the liberal part. No guns were seen.
Are the rumors true? Is everything bigger?
Yeah, mostly. It is a ridiculous place. A place I would never move to. But it's I understand why people do live down there. It's not my style, but I get it.
Austin's fun to visit. Julie and I spent a weekend in Austin. We did the typical Franklin's barbecue, voodoo donuts.
We got that too?
Back when there was a couple voodoo donuts. Now they're everywhere. But I do like Austin. But like you mentioned, probably to visit, not to live in Texas.
Yeah, and March was the perfect time because it was 90 there to the times we were there. And I was like, it gets like 20, 30 more degrees hotter in the summer. No, I'm good. You guys know I sweat. I just melt.
We all do.
Peter, you kind of threw me off when I got into the intro here because I'm on the left side today.
I if you noticed, right when you started talking, I went like this. It's not letting me switch. I don't know if you can do it, but it throws me off. I'm very thank you.
All right, everything's right in the world again.
Very particular. It makes me feel weird. We've been doing a 270 whatever of these, and it's like once we're switched, it just throws everything off. But yeah, I mean, I guess we gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah. Well, I thank everyone for joining us tonight. Sox are currently playing. They're in the bottom of the eighth, and it's 9-4. And we're hoping they don't actually blow it back-to-back games. Anything's possible with this game. We'll talk a little White Sox in a little bit. But yeah, Dougie's on vacation. He's gallivanting out in the ocean right now, as he always does. Spring break. And we told him, we warned him. Peter, you had the tweet out. He might get Wally pipped after today.
Oh, yeah. Although that means Herb's going to want to do this more than once or twice a year, which is a question we'd never asked him. But in my head, this could be a Wally Pip scenario. Herb, what do you think?
Yeah, but I would hate to take away the diversity on this show. You guys need some representation, as you need a white person on here. And if I added to more color, like people like, oh, DI, whatever. So you're safe, but Dougie.
No, but I mean, now with the current administration, DAI is gone. We don't need Dougie anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the quotas aren't necessary anymore.
Yeah,
I'll still fight for him.
Well, we got half of Joey.
You got half of me. Yeah.
We got the Tennessee part.
Quick super chat from Gordo. He says, cheers, bums. Cheers, Herb. Screw Joey P. See you all Thursday. See you on Thursday, Gordo.
Love you too,
talking
Gordo.
about it. Every time he super chats, I say he's bringing 100 tamales to the tailgate.
Mhm.
So plus some other goodies. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So thanks again. So Herb, what have you been up to? You say you went to Austin. What else has been going on in the baseball off season and all that stuff? What's cracking with you?
Now it's like the first time in like 20 years I work a regular job, a 9 to 5. I'm like, ugh. I mean, it works well, but just being an actual 9 to 5 guy, I never liked it, and I still kind of don't. So it is what it is, and I'm doing a job because I since CHGO I've just been trying to maybe feel the actual passion for doing sports on an everyday basis, and it's like hard as hell when you've been doing it for 20 plus years like I have. So to transition, it's kind of hard, but I get more chances to actually watch the White Sox as a fan now than I did before, because I thought it was more of a job the last couple of years of me just, man, I got to watch this game because I got to talk about it instead of I want to watch this game because I'm a fan type of thing.
And you can turn the game off because you don't have to talk about it.
100%. Yeah. If I see the White Sox start struggling, I'm like, hey, man, my life is too short. I'm going to sleep right now. So, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, life is good. Get to travel to places that I never thought I could and would. So I'm enjoying it. We moved to the suburbs in the last year. So This is where I'm at in the basement of my new crib. So it's life's
Congrats.
good, and that's why you have to get a real job. Do you see my dog over here sleeping? Ziggy
Yeah.
behind me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Ziggy.
He's knocked out. But yeah, like we're working this real job. Helps afford me this. Half affords me this house because my wife has a real job, real job, and is the breadwinner here.
Oh.
Life's great.
Doesn't look good for the Sox so far. 9-4 bases loaded, 2 outs. It's got to get through 1 inning, man.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Jesus
keep
Christ.
those updates coming in the
and
comments.
here I go last week saying that the bullpen was going to be a strength of this team this year.
We all thought it got better, but I mean, obviously the first 3 games has been a problem, and now obviously today it's rearing its ugly head.
There's no way they're going to give this up.
Positive vibes, guys. Positive vibes.
Yeah, we got a positive vibes at Jay.
I know. I'm trying. Joey, how you doing tonight, man?
Oh, brothers, I'm great. It was pretty sad and depressing experience I had at the United Center yesterday. What else is new? Every time I go there this past season, but I love checking off the box that I got to go to my first ever March Madness tournament game, and first time ever getting to see the Tennessee Volunteers basketball, men's or women's team for that matter. And I had a lot of people, Gordo, Aaron, shout out 630 Whiskey, cheering me on. Joey, you got to go. They came to your home away from home, the United Center. You got to go see them. And finally, when the ticket price is right, Sandy and you're like, last minute spur of the moment, let's go. Great experience, a lot of energy. The United Center is some of the loudest it's ever been that I've been to an event there. But yeah, obviously not the result I wanted to see in the tournament, but still, it was a great time overall. But in any event, I want to ask you guys a question too. There was some news that came out about Ruth Chris Steakhouse last week that they wanted to reinstitute their dress code policy. They're tired of folks showing up in polos and shorts and stuff like that.
Dougie can't go.
Dougie can't go because he's not a pants guy.
He's out.
Not even the jeans. They're too snug down there, if you know what I mean, for him. So yeah. What was funny though is because they did this on social media, a couple of the restaurants, the Cheesecake Factory and also Chili's, were clapping back, saying, "You can come here. You can come here if you don't want to go to Ruth Chris. Come to us. You can come as casual as you want, as long as you're wearing clothes." So what do y'all think? Do you think that Ruth Chris is cool for bringing back a appropriate attire, dress code for a nice steak, or do you think they're pushing it?
Let's dapper this bitch up, man. Little Mad Men style, like I'm fine with that.
You wear sweatpants everywhere you go.
I was just gonna say you're Mr. Sweatpants.
You admitted this last week.
But I still do have normal good clothes. I remember I told you last summer I got tailored shirts done from my guy from Thailand.
Oh, that's true. The Thailand shirts.
I need a reason to wear my investment. So yeah, bring it back. I'm all for it, Joe.
Okay. I got a few 2-3 shirts, so I'm good with it.
I was thinking, are they cutting off their customer base too, though? If you're going to a steakhouse that enforces a dress code, are you in Chicago? You're not going to Ruth Chris's. I don't care. You're going to so many other places, Bavette's, Cut, wherever you're going. Even going to Morton's before you're going to that place. But if you're of that ilk that wants to have, if you're like a customer that keeps on seeing these guys with hats on or T-shirts or holes in their jeans, and you want that higher clientele that, at least a collared shirt and some slacks on type of thing, I would go to a better steakhouse than Ruth's Chris. Are they a sponsor, guys? So before I crap on it?
No.
Not yet.
I would definitely go to a better steakhouse than Ruth's Chris. It's just like a elevated Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah.
That's pretty to me.
You know what?
Yeah.
All right, I changed my mind. I'm changing my answer. You're right. I'm wearing my fancy stuff to Bavette's or Cut or something like that.
That's exactly
they'll get a polo shirt in jeans.
Yeah, you're going to Gina and Giorgetti's, Longman and Eagle. I mean, we're
Yeah.
dressing to the nines
Maple
in
and
those
Ash.
scenarios. Maple and Ash. But somebody has a birthday party, Ruth Chris, an aunt or something like that. I'm gonna show up. You're telling me I'm gonna show up in Jordans and I might not get in? I don't like that at all.
Yeah, your shoes are more expensive than anybody else's shoes in the place.
That's the
It's
thing.
true.
Like, where do you draw the line with the dress code thing? Because a lot of the times, and I hate to admit it, but like the dress code thing is a reason to like keep certain people out. And
Right.
I've been a part of that a big time. I remember getting into a fight one time with a bouncer that said I couldn't get into a Wrigleyville bar with a hat on, and there were like 20 different Cubs hats at the bar, and I'm like, wait a minute, what are we? And he's like, oh, they were here before the game started. So now and I'm like, this makes no sense whatsoever. But you know what? I'll go to the other 15 bars down the street. So it's got to be tricky with that kind of stuff especially at Ruth Chris.
Yeah. Speaking of food though, Herb, you kind of had some people angry at you the other day because you had a take on the Chicago style hot dog, and here you go. It would be better if they took out some of the ingredients. The pickle is unnecessary. Now that is slander right there in my book as a resident pickle slut. But the tomato I'm on board with. I take the tomato off all the time. It serves zero purpose in my opinion. So, but yeah, you got a lot of people riled up, especially with the grilled onions part too, because that can be more brody than it is, or like a Polish than it is for a Chicago style hot dog.
There were people who actually had good points to this. Paulie Paps had a good response to this, and a couple other people. But other people took it as serious as calling me names and telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, I'm not. They're like, well, you don't like Chicago style hot dogs. I like in this tweet that you see literally in front of you. Where do I say I do not like it? I said better. You can. For me, and then I would assume it's my opinion because I'm writing it. So that's my opinion, that this is the better hot dog because the sweet onions are great. I don't like raw onions on anything. It's kind of defeats the purpose. If you like the crunch for yourself, God bless. But as I say in there, like the pickle, there's two different pickles. And I know people like the crunch of a sliced pickle and that long different flavor profile that a pickle from a long pickle like that a spear brings to the table instead of a neon relish neon relish. But I think it's redundant to me. Take that pickle out. Take that tomato out.
I just eat the pickle. I don't actually eat the pickle on the hot dog. I just eat it on the side. So I kind of still want it. But yeah, I don't actually keep it on the dog. I think that's kind of unnecessary to have it on the dog itself.
Yeah, I just think that I cooked one for myself, and I was like, this is better, and this makes more sense. And people are like going through the history of Chicago dog. Is like, I got the whole thing, guys. I'm just trying to improve it. Like, we can't have a discussion. It blew up way too big, and people were way out of their depths with their calling me names. And I had to block a couple people because I'm a grown ass man. Just call me out my name. We could have a discussion, but we ain't gonna be talking about some innocuous opinion and acting like I'm something that I'm not.
Yeah, especially on Twitter, you see it. It's always the loudest when it's like a random avatar and it's Mike 7538779 numbers through infinity. It's always those guys that are the loudest. I'm
with
kind
4
of
followers.
With 4 followers, I'm with you, Herb. My Joey, you just mentioned Erin 630 Whiskey. She had a TikTok. My sister was at it. They're at a game, and they mentioned, she's like, if it's not an actual Chicago style hot dog, you should be able to put ketchup on it. And I commented, I don't know this lady. It was my sister, but she's not that far off. Like I'm always gonna, if I'm at like Nicky's or Mickey's or like Superdog anywhere, I'm asking for a Chicago style hot dog. But
right,
if you're at a barbecue or if you're at like a backyard or even at a tailgate, I'm not gonna poo-poo you if you put ketchup and mustard on a hot dog.
No.
It's your mouth.
Yeah.
It is.
We all have different palates, for taste for food and drinks. I think it's okay. It's acceptable in Mexican culture. Down in Mexico, hot dogs have ketchup on them. So.
Yeah, hot dogs have ketchup all up, but they also have bacon wrapped all over it, and that's
they do.
Sonoran style, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, can we all admit that Mexican food is the superior food of all?
You know what?
Yeah.
This is exactly how Dougie gets Wally pipped, Herb. You're doing a good job, baby.
I mean,
playing the hits.
I mean, think about here just in America. I know, it's authentic in the region with the different styles of Mexican food. You got Tex-Mex in Texas. You got the San Diego ones down there. You got the Mission-style burritos in California, Chicago-style Mexican food. New York style, apparently it's terrible, which I've never been and never had it. But like so many different variations of Mexican food, and how many times have you ever eaten Mexican food and like, man, this ain't it?
I would say there's a couple places I've had where like
Chili's, Chi-Chi's?
Pepe's, yeah.
Yeah, I know, Jason, you and I have this discussion a lot because you do like going to a lot of elevated Mexican restaurants.
Yes.
And I'm like, there's just no need for it. Like, I know what you're doing, and like, obviously once in a while, date night, whatever, it's cool, but like, I'd much rather just go eat at Paco's Tacos if I'm going to have Mexican food than a Topolobambo or something like that.
Yeah, I agree, because all this infusion sometimes gets overplayed out depending on the dish.
Just play the hits.
Yeah.
So this weekend, me and Peter, we went up to Milwaukee, and just want to say early MVB to CD44 for inviting us up there, and for the game and everything. I got a couple pictures here, but first thing I want to mention to you guys is that going into the game in Milwaukee, and I think some of this was new for a 2026 season. Once again, Milwaukee proves that their stadium is superior in every way to Comiskey, the rate, the G spot, whatever you want to call it. This was the first thing that they added.
This was awesome. This was unbelievable.
Yeah. So right now you can activate, you can buy a parking pass, and they have express entry where you can just enter your plate and it uses license plate readers, and you pull right into the lot. Don't gotta take your phone out. Don't gotta scan. You have the preferred parking, whatever you got, and you just enter your plate, and boom, your car's in. I pulled right into the lot. Nobody asked any questions, and they were like, "Yep, park right there." He's like, the guy's like, "You can UE and go park closer to the fence." And I'm like, to the gate. I'm like, "Thank you, sir." And easy. I got into the lot in literally 5 seconds. Easiest thing I ever experienced.
And you know what? It's like nobody asked any questions. I asked questions because I thought I was doing something wrong. It says like activate your license plate before you get in the park. So I did that. And then I pull in and there's just no one around. It still gives you a QR code. So I'm like, do I have to scan this anywhere? We end up parking. I talked to one of the attendants. He couldn't have been nicer, by the way. And he was just saying like, no, this is new for this year. Like, you just you basically just drive up, and then they have people scanning the license plates to make sure that like you're not, fooling the system. But I was like, oh my God, they're living in 3026. And meanwhile, I mean, obviously Thursday's a different animal, but anytime I'm trying to park in lot B, you're just snaking down, Armor Park all the way up to the highway. And it's like, this is going to take forever. You just know that. And this couldn't have been faster. It was awesome.
Yeah. And then the second thing they added to try to get in the ballpark fast, it's basically TSA pre-check with your face. So they're using facial recognition. You sign up for this go-ahead pass, and CD44 says, I got it the next day, but just by scanning my face, not even a ticket. Could you imagine how fast Sox fans would get into the stadium if they actually implemented this? And this isn't just at like at Brewers Park. Apparently there's like 15 or so stadiums that are participating in this right now. But it's basically TSA pre-check to get into a park. This is amazing, blew my mind technology.
Like, what took so long? It feels so good to go up to that ballpark. And even before they had this stuff, it was so easy to enter into the ballpark. And now they're making it even easier. Like, if you don't want your face scanned, and I know you're people out there that are hesitant to go to a ballpark and have, AI capture their face and they're mapping their face and all that nonsense. Dudes, you're going to the game to have a good time, not to stand in the security line like we do at Guaranteed Rate Field. This is so much more advanced. I love this. and that's 90 miles up north. You would think that they're like if you think about Chicago and then Wisconsin, you're like, which one is more technically sound? Which one's more hip? Which one's more advanced into the future? You're like, of course, Chicago. No, absolutely not. Milwaukee's got us beat, and that ballpark is much better. Their food is not much better. It's just the same, I think, the food and beer. But the entry is, oh my God, that parking thing blew my mind, Jason.
Yeah, blew my mind too. Road Dogs in the comments says legal in Illinois. Cubs wanted to do that.
Illegal.
Yeah.
With the facial
biometrics.
scans?
Biometrics, yeah, for your thumbprints. And yeah,
Boo.
there's some laws behind that you have to either pass legislation for it, or anybody entering the park would probably have to sign a waiver before they do anything. And imagine having to do that for every venue in Chicagoland.
Still living in the Stone Age. That's
Still can't wait till I get into opening day in the 5th inning this year, because nothing's gonna be changed.
Southside JT, Illinois Biometric Info
Yes.
Privacy Act, strictest in the nation. Cool. I guess I'll just wait outside forever.
There's a couple more quick pictures. Like that was the nice little view from the suite there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I really like this park. Very, very nice, suite in general.
Yeah. Thanks again, CD44.
Yeah. Some good food options. So yeah, thanks to that for inviting us. But yeah, Brewers Stadium is still just lights out for me. That club level was amazing.
I still call it Miller Park, and I kept correcting myself. But yeah, American Family. Yeah, I said it when we got there, and I don't know, people were kind of upset. I think I'm pro roof now.
Yeah,
I think I'm pro roof for Big Daddy Ishbia's new stadium. I want it on record now that I think you leave it open for most of the year, but close it in March and April. Thursday, we don't know what we're getting into. We keep checking the radar. If we had a roof, it'd be nice. You guys pro or anti-roof?
I think I'm pro roof.
I'm pro roof. I need everything. I need all these concerts. I need WrestleMania. I need it all.
Yeah.
Give me
100% pro roof. Now, if they're going to be where they're at, maybe it's a transparent roof, so you can see the skyline.
Yeah, so you can see the skyline. Or
transparent roof though, it's going to greenhouse everyone, and then you're going to.
I got a couple cousins that do the window tints. Jay, we'll be all right.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. Get the limo tint on the roof.
Yeah,
5%.
The polarized one that you can't even see through.
Yeah, no, but good times. Like I said, their club level at Miller Park's awesome. So yeah, really good time. So all right, let's get into some sports talk though. But first, gotta pay a quick ad from our sponsor. Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook is your one-stop shop for all your liquor needs. Since their remodel, they have increased their bourbon allocation, they have an expanding portfolio of popular additive-free tequilas and mezcals, and for you beer lovers, a great craft beer selection, plus some rare and vintage stouts. And before you leave, stop by their tasting bar and try some of our exclusive Bourbon Bum single-barrel picks before you take one home. That's Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, conveniently located right off of Route 53 and I-55 in Bolingbrook. Tell them the Bum sent you. And Sox get their first win of the season, 9-4. We're on the board now, baby. Woo! Let's fucking go.
159-3.
I like it. All right. So we're going to start off with some hot news in the streets, and that was the Illini reaching the Final Four Saturday, pulling the upset over Houston. And I think this is probably traces of 05 again. And Herb, you're the big Illini guy, so I'll let you run wild with it on your thoughts here. But great win for the Illini on Saturday.
Indeed, I was a guy that was coming into this tournament very down on the Illini. They had lost all their big games versus big time opponents that they will be seeing similar in the tournament, and so they had lost the game versus UCLA, which they had a 22-point lead. That led them to lose a Michigan game, who we see how Michigan is now, might be the best team in the nation, or they're playing the best team in the nation on Saturday versus the Arizona Wildcats. lost to Wisconsin and that Big Ten tournament in such a weak and feeble fashion, where Wisconsin came back from like 12 points down with I think 10 minutes to go. And so I was like, man, this team is going to be lucky to win a game, which they did versus Fran McCaffrey. Then they went on and beat VCU. And I was like, okay, I'm happy because this next game's going to be in Houston versus Houston, who is the number 2 seed. Illini is number 3 seed. And I was like, hey, if they lose a team at their home, pretty much, what can you do? And they're a better seeded team. But the Illini just wore those people down and won that game pretty easily, in my opinion. They won by 10. I think they had an 18-point lead in that game in Houston. And then to beat Iowa the way they did, eventually just slowing Iowa down and just taking it from them. I'm very impressed with the job that Brad Underwood has done with this team. He's a guy that gets a knock on him because he hasn't won. He hasn't put them onto the next level. The last time they went this far, they got absolutely housed by UConn, their next opponent, 2-3 years ago with Terrence Shannon Jr. And so him getting over the hump and getting this team to the Final Four for the first time since 2005 feels excellent. And it's only the third time the Illini have been in this position. So I'm savoring it. I mean, the Bears are good. The Illini are good. Only waiting for the White Sox to get good.
We're going to be waiting for that for a while.
Might be waiting for a little bit. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for you, Herb. I'm excited for all of the White Sox fan. I know Johnny was in the comments. He watched the Illini game instead of the White Sox game. I don't blame him. He was nicely in the couch.
There's no bigger fan than Johnny.
Yeah. He's riding hard and I'm happy for everyone. I think it's more not that like you guys deserve, because you do deserve it, but like this fan base and like Illini, I know there's a stat out there that's like one of the, I think the second most successful NCAA basketball teams to not win a championship within the last like 50 years or something, or no, that's wrong, right? Because of the 80s. But it's been a while, and I'm just excited. I know that UConn game. I'm not that big on college basketball, but I'll watch like the Big Ten championships, and obviously the March Madness is must watch. That Duke UConn game was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I was gonna ask Johnny, and I could ask you now. When Duke had that lead, I feel like I think even FanDuel put out the odds of like Duke, Illinois opens up at like a certain line, and I was like, oh, FanDuel jinxed them. Would you rather have Duke or would you rather play UConn? And at this point, every team is a very good team, so like I don't think it matters that much. But who were you like penciling in or thinking about like?
The only reason I wanted Duke is because of what you saw on Sunday. John Shire is not a good coach. He has a lot of talent. He's had talent his whole time there. Got the program handed to him by Coach K there. He has not gotten this team to where Duke is supposed to be. That team with the Bruiser brothers, etc., are supposed to be better. And this whole tournament, they really haven't played well at all. I mean, that's a simple play that they have a 2-point lead with 10 seconds to go, and there's no real, I think under 10 seconds, so there's no backcourt violation. There's no 5-second rule in the backcourt. To have your players to play hot potato like they did, instead of one of them just putting the ball and chilling out and letting Connecticut foul them,
foul you,
over the foul line and hit your 1 or 2 free throws, game's over. But that's on the coach for not teaching these guys the fundamentals of basketball. I didn't play basketball. I knew more than those guys did. That's because the coach struggled to get them prepared. On the other hand, we think that Ben Johnson is a psycho. He cannot hold a candle to the psycho of Dan Hurley. That man is crazy. And I know with the 5 or 6 days he has to prepare for the Illini, he will put together the best game plan and scout these guys and their tendencies and stop them where they need to be stopped. And that's the only thing I'm scared of about the UConn team. Caravan's good. Solo Ball's excellent. They have some players, but I think Illini plays their game. There's very few teams that can beat them. The other two teams in the bracket can beat them, even if the Illini play a premium game. Michigan is one of the best teams I've seen in a while, and Arizona the same. And so I think the Illini have a chance, more than a chance, to win this game if they play their game. But Dan Hurley is just otherworldly crazy. I don't think he cares about anything else but basketball. Like, he goes home and thinks about basketball. I think Ben Johnson, at least after the season's over, he's chilling, he's relaxing, he's doing his thing, family man. Dan Hurley is 10 times the crazy person.
So, question for you then, Herb, is do you think, because this personally annoys the hell out of me, that there's a week off between the Final Four. So is that going to be a good thing or a bad thing for the Illini?
Kind of a good thing, because the Illini play a short rotation. They only play 8 guys, and truly it's more 7 because Ben Hummerkaus and Jake Davis play so short minutes. They kind of interchange with each other, but they play 7 or 8 guys, so they need time to recharge the batteries. For all these guys, pretty much the whole season they've been playing this way, besides the couple injuries they had in the middle of the year. And Keaton Wagler, a freshman, is probably hitting the wall right now, even though this last game that he played versus Iowa, you couldn't see it. But this is the most games he's played by far in his life. And the European pros that have come over, same thing with them. So any type of extra rest for them is good. But like I said before, Hurley having these 5 to 6 days to get ready for the team is a thing that keeps me up at night.
Peter, you're muted.
Peter.
My apologies. It's Saturday, 5:10. Are you have to watch it at home? Maybe select friends? Are you Illini bar kind of guy? Or where are we watching this game?
My guy, Adam Harris, who went to the University of Illinois, worked with him at the Score, invited me out. I think we're going to be going to like Finley Dunn's, which is an Illini bar in the city. I usually like to watch games at the house. I mean, I met up with Johnny and the folks last year when the Illini played Duke, and it was a bloodbath. We went to Joe's on Weed Street, and it was a bloodbath. But we had a phenomenal time. Alex Rude kept on feeding us Jägermeister shots after the game, even though the Illini got killed. But, I usually like to stay at home, kind of superstitious. My wife will tell you, holding the remote in the left hand. If it's not working, switch it over to the right hand, do the free throw form every time. I'm kind of crazy like that.
Oh,
I know it doesn't work. I know it doesn't work. I know it doesn't affect the game at all, but that's my routine during the game.
Herb, you might have a little Dan Hurley in you.
Hey, I wouldn't be hudbetting referees. If I did, they'll be taking my ass up.
That was crazy.
Oh, man. All right, so what's your prediction then?
I think the Illini are going to get past UConn. I think they're going to have a close game, but they're going to win that game on Saturday, and I think it's going to be Arizona that's going to be going against them. And then I think the Illini are going to get beat by probably 10 by Arizona on Monday.
Damn.
They're just much like they haven't. This is the only team they haven't played this year, but they played other teams and they've decimated. And Michigan scored 95 points in each one of these games. So Illinois' advantage over most teams is that they can score. They're the most efficient team in the Ken Palm era. They're number 1 right now. They keep on switching with Purdue. But I think those other 2 teams, they're 1 and 2 in Ken Palm, and their offensive rankings are just in the same. They're in the single digits, and their defensive rankings are in the single digits too. The Illini's defense I think is like 20th right now. Good, not great. They've been doing very well in the tournament. Shut Houston down, shut Iowa down. But I'm not sure if they can shut down Axel Lindenborg on Michigan, their old player Morris Johnson, or all the freshmen over there at Arizona. And I would love to be wrong because I've been wrong about the Illini this whole tournament. So I would love to be wrong that they cut down the nets in Indianapolis. That's another advantage for the Illini, having a bunch of their fans going over to Indianapolis to watch them win on Saturday.
Nice. All right. Next headline I got for you guys. The ABS made its debut, MLB, opening day. And I got some early stats for you guys here. I want to show you. Sox, from the batting perspective, have not won a challenge yet. 0 for 2. So Sox batters, not so good. On the flip side, 7 for 4 in fielding. So the catcher or pitcher, but it's all been Carroll. But yeah, even though they're only won 57% of their challenges, they actually have tied for first, three-way tie between Kansas City and Baltimore for most wins. Thoughts on the early ABS with you guys?
I love it. I feel like it just adds a little. I was very pro pitch clock, and I feel like that has been more of a success. And I think this is just another way where baseball has been so stuck in the mud and so like not embracing, moving forward, that I actually like this a lot. And it's not just because Edgar Carroll had that game where like he kept calling the ABS and
It's
kept
like 3 for
winning.
3.
Yeah, three in a row.
He went 3 for 3 and then finally lost one. But I just think that it adds a little bit of a added element. You see, like, even like I was watching a couple other games, like the fans kind of get into it and either boo or like, like kind of like something to look forward to. And it's very fast. That was the whole thing that like people were complaining like, oh, how long is this going to take? Or like, is this going to stall a game or whatever? I mean, it's almost instantaneously. So I'm very much pro all of this.
I'm a big time fan of it. I think it's a long time coming. I think that I believe now, Jason, our batter percentage probably went up because I'm pretty sure the game tonight, Mune I think he had one overcalled.
Yeah,
overturned.
he did. Okay,
I believe so.
yeah.
I
So this is just through
check.
yesterday.
Yeah, I have to fact check that on Mune today. But yeah, it's a long time coming. And not only, like Peter was just saying, not only that, the fans now get to have a certain part of the game where they feel a bit more trust that the game is going to get called the right way. And there's not going to be any shenanigans. It kind of takes the, those umps to try to make it all about themselves kind of out of the game, when it comes to stuff getting called one way or another. So I'm a big fan.
I mean, you saw it the other day, and this is a twofold why I love that this is in the Major League Baseball. Firstly, you get the call right. That's, I think,
Right.
most baseball folks want. Secondly, you get accountability for these umpires. Maybe they're really good, and the players have missed it, and you'll see some losses. You'll see some ones where the umpire is correct. But the other day, I think CB Buckner had
That was two in a row.
yeah, and like he's had like 8 challenges against him already, and like lost 6 of them. Now the challenge for CB Buckner is he going to be the same guy that he always is, a bad umpire that just keeps on making bad calls, so he'll get embarrassed on a every time he goes behind the plate basis? Or you know what, guys, I've learned the strike zone now. I'm going to raise my game up so I don't get embarrassed anymore. I have no faith in CB Buckner to do that. He's of the Angel Hernandez, no accountability.
Right.
He hasn't done anything wrong type of thing. Him, Laz Diaz, a couple other guys, Rob Drake. Like, you can just get better. Like, there's going to be a chance for these umpires to say, I haven't been having the right strike zone for umpteen years. Now I know a little bit more. I'm feeling a little bit better, more confident. Now I'm going to be calling these balls with a little bit more knowledge of where the strike zone is actually at. And we're going to be getting better umpiring from it, I believe. The human element's still in there, but now we get to correct it if it is wrong.
Angel Hernandez would be so pissed off that his calls got overturned that he would throw out ABS.
Kick him out of the game.
Imagine Wegner or Joe West.
No, you're wrong. Get the ABS. You're out of here.
Yeah, that's the one thing it's gonna take the homer. I mean, obviously, like, we haven't had Hawk in a while, but I always think of what are you doing, Wegner? Like, we're not gonna get those anymore.
I say that when somebody cuts me off in traffic. What are you doing, Wegner?
Peter, what's our next headline?
We got unfortunate, especially for someone like me who grew up, I guess idolizing is a tough, but I was a big fan of Tiger Woods. I always tell the story. I grew up in the city, but we moved to the suburbs when I was 10. I was like 3 blocks from a golf course, and Tiger Woods is a big reason why I got into golf. The fall from grace has been tough to watch. But yeah, another DUI. I guess he blew 000, but obviously driving while impaired, flipped over a car, could have really put not only himself but a lot of other people in danger. And it's just another chapter in a weird ending to the Tiger Woods career, which I would argue it was already over between the last car crash and the back surgeries and everything else.
He applied for the senior tour.
Yeah, he was gonna do a senior tour. I think he could still do it. Because the senior tour, you're able to drive carts, which is also probably an issue for him. I mean, not to make light of the situation, but I am. Yeah, it just stinks, man. I got the book somewhere back there, and there he is right there. I'll probably keep him on for a little bit, but maybe it's just like one of those things where it's like, man, at least me was rooting for the guy, and he just can't get out of his own way.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. He kind of made golf for me, like you, Peter, like fun. His whole run right there when he was dominating the Masters and the PGA Championship and going over to the Open Championship, dominating there. It was a fun time. Probably, if you ask anybody that is our age, the greatest golfer in our era, others would argue Jack Nicklaus and, Arnold Palmer or other players. But for me, that player was far and beyond the best player, best golfer I've ever seen. And my whole thing is, I'm not that rich, but I've never been in a DUI situation because I call Ubers or Lyfts. And I know Tiger Woods can't call an Uber or Lyft, but you know what Tiger Woods can do? Hire a effing driver. Like, just get a driver.
Oh,
you have a couple dollars.
Show.
Okay. Hire a fucking driver. Like, seriously, what is going on? Like, you're bad at driving. This is like third time getting a crash. And then the other time his wife was trying to beat him up because he was fucking everything ever. Like, dude, you idolize Michael Jordan. Do you think he drives fast? Yeah. How many times do you see he got a DUI? None. How many times do you think he got caught up having all this random sex? Barely any times. Because Michael Jordan's a G. He keeps that shit on low. Tiger Woods is out here sloppy. Real sloppy. Ridiculous.
That's 100% true, man. 100%. Yeah. But
no notes.
It's terrible to see, and I think that's they're saying jail time, but when does a celebrity ever go to jail?
Yeah, Jupiter, Florida. Yeah, I just don't see it.
Yeah.
No.
All right, Peter, we got one more headline.
One more headline before we transition to White Sox talk, but this is a little bit of White Sox related. I know it was talked about a lot earlier in the week, but our show's on Monday. But Frank Thomas is suing the White Sox and others for jersey sales in connection to the City Connects, the red, black and red jerseys. And yeah, it just seems like it's just another one of these, Frank versus Jerry situations. So yeah, I want to get your take on this, Herb.
I know that Frank Thomas is still perturbed about the Black History Month snub. And maybe this was brewing because of that. Like, I think to have a lawsuit to sue both Fanatics, the White Sox, etc., for using his name and his number on their new jerseys, which he never wore. I get his point. But also, I'm pissed at both parties because this could have been settled without anybody knowing about it. He is your most marketable, your best player of all time. Full stop. Is he a dick? Yes. Is he hard to deal with? Yes. But for players like that, you have to kowtow a little bit. You have to say, all right, Frank, yes, we use your jersey, and this is not part of the MLB PA retired players part. Here's $50,000. That's all it is. Here's a little money. Get your ass out of here. Now we got to hear about this. They got to go to trial. This is just, it's petty. Like, this relationship should not be where it's at. He's the greatest player. He has a statue. Everybody knows he's the greatest player. Everybody knows he's kind of a dick. But so is Barry Bonds. Do you see him having problems with the Giants? No, they probably do whatever he wants them to do. I don't know if you need to do that for Frank, but definitely I should never know that he wants $50,000 from them in a lawsuit. That should never come up. That's chump change in a business like the White Sox and Fanatics.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate too because like for me, like as a Chicago White Sox fan, the one thing we always had over, or not one thing, but a couple things, but over the north side is like, oh, the White Sox would never treat Sammy Sosa that way, and I would always joke about that. And now they're doing the exact same thing to Frank Thomas. So it's like Sammy Sosa and the Cubs, they finally kind of like mended their fences, but it took way too long. I mean, decades too long for that to happen. And now the White Sox are doing the exact same thing with their star, and it's like it's just tough to watch. It's like it goes back to just me complaining about Chicago ownership and Chicago sports franchises, but just figure it out.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know if Michael and the Bulls have a relationship, but I'm sure if there was something to be had or something that Michael wanted, he's on a different stratosphere, the Bulls would acquiesce. Right. Same thing if, let's say, even though he's still playing, if Kane or Taves wanted something from the Hawks, they're like, hey, man, say less. We got you. And just like the White Sox, I don't know why they have to do this. And I know it might be more that Fanatics, who runs the apparel stuff for the White Sox and most of Major League Baseball, is probably more at fault here. But the White Sox are part of it. They could have just had this under the table. We don't know about it. It's done. And continue the relationship even if it's poor, where the public doesn't know about it. Because now it seems like White Sox fans are taking sides. And I think both parties, and I hate to be a both sides person, I think both parties are being very petty. Both parties are being very vindictive towards each other.
I can see Justin Ishbia being like, what the fuck am I getting myself into with this shit?
Yeah, I'm shocked, literally, because when all this came out, you think about Jerry Reinsdorf and all the good things that people who have worked for him from both sides of town, from both franchises that he owns, have said nice things about him, and especially his loyalty, right?
Yes.
So you would think, as loyal as I'm sure Frank was to Jerry, but I don't know. I mean, there's a fracture. There definitely is a fracture there in that relationship, and hopefully it gets all figured out, because I love Frank, my favorite White Sox player of all time too. It's just, you don't want to, as we get older, and Peter, you just gave the same analogy with Tiger Woods, right? We idolize these folks, especially in our youth growing up, and then as the years have gone on and we all get older, yeah, sure, we might get older and more stubborn in life as we age, but you just you hope that your legacy doesn't get tarnished in any way.
Yeah, I think everything's gonna, once Jerry's gone and the front office is purged with Justin Ishbia's, people, I think all those relationships are gonna be mended and put back on right.
Big Hurt beer in the craft cave?
Never. I will fight that to the death.
Yeah, that was terrible beer.
That was the worst.
We got to draw a line somewhere.
Maybe I am on Jerry's side. No.
All right, that wraps up headlines. But now it's time to get into the White Sox talk, presented by JP Graziano's and fueled by Taste Real Chicago. Thank you to everyone who purchased the Taste Real Chicago, who shopped at Taste Real Chicago this week. Got the beef kits, the seasonings, the jardineras, the mufaletas, all the good stuff. We appreciate everyone who used the promo code BUMS. It was very, very generous of JP Graziano's to do 25% off. So if you missed out, we will be doing other promos throughout the Sox season, but you should have got it while it's hot. But you can still go order right now at Taste Real Chicago and get some of JP Graziano's. Yeah, right there. Right.
Gotta go get it.
Beef kits are awesome. Makes it so easy to make Italian beefs at home.
Yep. All right. Before we dive deep into White Sox talk, just real quick, want to thank everyone who RSVP'd to Whiskey at Comiskey for opening day. We did it, guys. We got 300 RSVPs. This is by far the biggest tailgate that we're doing so far. We want to thank everyone who's offered to drive in with us, to convoy. Thank all of our sponsors. Only thing we're hoping for is a good weather day. Peter, you're stoked?
So here's the deal, man. I've been guaranteeing 65 and sunny since like January. And it looks like the 65, 66 portion can be possible. But there's rain in the forecast. I've been following the weather. I mean, because of work too, but I've been following the radar. And there might be a window from Thursday morning till about like Thursday 4 o'clock where it can be dry. I'm not guaranteeing it. But can I amend my 65 and sunny to 65 and cloudy? Because I'll take it at this point.
Yeah, we'll take it too. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, but we're hoping the weather doesn't ruin too many plans, but still come out, stop by our tailgate, look for the bum flag. We'll be setting up. We'll be good to go. Hopefully a little after or noonish or a little after. We'll see what happens with the lots if they let people in early, depending on how much traffic gets backed up at. But we can't wait to see everyone on Thursday. It's going to be a great time. We're putting a lot of work into this tailgate. It is our biggest one we've done outside of the Southpaw, just by guest count. So thanks everyone. Appreciate you guys. So all right.
And now
and now some real Sox talk. I want to start off talking to you guys about the just coming on the scene, Mune Murakami. Homered in first 3 games, walks. I mean, today he didn't homer today, but that's okay. But he started off the season very, very nice. Now he's batting the past couple of games in the 2-hole, and I want to get your guys' takes on that as well. But as far as like just hitting, first White Sox player to hit 3 home runs to start their career at the team. So he's making history for that. But I think this guy's been as advertised, and I think it's probably a good and a bad thing for the Sox because, now there's going to be more calls for, hey, do we keep him? Do we trade him? All that stuff. But that's, down the line. But guys a stud so far. What's your early reactions to the Murakami?
Herb, you go first.
Absolutely amazing. I did not expect this at all. Like, the guy's got natural power. Like, that ball jumps off his bat with such ease, and it looks like he's going for the downs each time, which I'm fine with. Hell, use that A swing, A hack every time, brother. I know he got an infield single today off of Chris Paddock, and I was like, what the hell? What are we doing here? But yeah, I was skeptical of the move initially because I was thinking that people were overselling him, and the fact that the White Sox got him so easily, I'm like, does the rest of the league not like him? Is he got a problem? Is he bad at baseball? These first 3 games, just the Brewers have told me, no, he's not bad at baseball. He's got pop. And I put him at 30 home runs, I believe, for the year in the preseason. Man could easily hit 40. That pop.
I had 32
at guaranteed rate field. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I said, I think we did our, preseason predictions or whatever. And you had 33. I said best case scenario, 34 home runs. But yeah, I think 40 is on the table. I mean, 162 was on the table until today. But yeah, it's exciting. And it's something that, like, this has been the case with the White Sox now for a little bit now, right? It's been Chase Meidroth got called up, and he's scrapping, he's fun, and he's sliding and getting dirty. And then Kyle Teal and Edgar Caro and then Colton Montgomery. And now, their big international signing is delivering. This is the kind of stuff that we can look forward to. Unfortunately, we still got the Austin Hayes of the world and the Andrew Benintendi's of the world, where I'm probably going to complain about Andrew Benintendi until Andrew Benintendi is not on the White Sox anymore. I went on Hot Takes and Heaters and talked about it. I've talked about it here, but there's no reason other than the money that this guy should be taking playing time from anybody, let alone outfield, because he's horrific there. But even in the DH spot, you could find a better DH than Andrew Benintendi, and you probably have one on the roster. But going back to Mune, man, it's awesome. It's just another feel good. Like, there's a lot of, we complained about Frank Thomas and a bunch of bad that happens with this organization, but it still feels like it on the up and up. And Mune is a huge part of that. I feel like just the interactions between, Japanese fans and White Sox Twitter has been like a breath of fresh air, especially with the the whole cesspool thing of White Sox Twitter. Now you got Japanese fans coming over asking about the Remova, asking about Mune, asking about the Sox in general and stuff like that. And it's like, oh man, there's like a light at the end of the tunnel, and he's a big part of that. So Mune, as advertised, thumbs up all the way around.
Yeah.
I'm a big time lover of everything that I've seen out of him so far. And, obviously the pop in the bat, he's shown it. So I think last week in my prediction, I was being conservative because I was nervous, coming over to the MLB and translating that power right away. I think I said 25 homers this year. So, hey, better for him if he can get that 40, Herb. I'm with you. But I just think that his personality too is infectious. And that is going to light up the clubhouse. So I'm a big fan.
So, I will say too, like he definitely has not struck out as much people were going to think. 14 at bats, only 5 strikeouts for this season. So I mean, but everyone said he was going to take a while to adjust to MLB pitching. There's going to be a lot of strikeouts, and it hasn't really translated to that. So that's kind of good to see. Now we'll see how that works as the season goes on, and there's more tape on him if. He starts chasing. But good start so far. The one thing I do want to bring up to you guys. So he started the season batting 6th. Game 2, he was batting 4th. And in the last 2 games, he batted 2nd. So all 3 of his home runs, there were solo shots. So obviously, that's kind of a detriment, when you're batting at the top of the line if you're hitting home runs. But where do you ultimately see him batting in this lineup? Knowing that he's got the power, I'm going to be more inclined to he'll bat like 4th or 5th throughout the season.
Yeah,
but I think right now the 2-hole is not the right spot for him.
Absolutely not. I mean, I know that Miguel Vargas went off today as the leadoff hitter and got the grand slam, but he's not a prototypical leadoff hitter. And Chase Mydroff is, but I don't see him getting on at a 350 clip where it's producing something that Mune can take advantage of. As we saw, if he's hitting home runs, you want him to have people on base. So yes, Jason,
right.
On a typical team, 4th or 5th. Maybe on this team where he's, doesn't have enough people in front of him to get home base, 3rd would be like maybe ideal, but like on a team where you're competing, I think 4th or 5th would be a perfect spot for this guy, especially if you can jumble up the right leftiness right there. Like you get like Austin Hayes in front of him. But yeah, I am the same thing with you, Peter. Like whenever I see Andrew Benintendi hitting in front of a player that I think is much superior, like Mune, even he hadn't played a baseball game yet, I was like, I know he's better than him. So why the hell is that guy batting 4th and Mune batting 6th? That's dumb. I don't want to see him have more at bats than the better player. But I'm very impressed with him. And I also got to point out, my wife keeps on pointing out when we're down in Texas, she's like, oh, he's the bidet guy, right? He's like, yeah. And since we're in Texas, my brother-in-law doesn't have a bidet, and I'm a bidet guy myself. So getting back home, I was like, yeah, that's why Mune's doing well, because he knows to have a clean butt is to have a clean life and to have a good life.
Pure.
The undercarriage.
Oh, gotta have it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Herb, especially on this lineup. If you want to argue that like you want to get him as many at bats as possible, third at like 2nd makes no sense. But if you want to say 3, 4, 5, yeah, like you mentioned, if you want to do lefty righty, and it seemed like he did that the first game of the season. But yeah, why he was batting 6th. Who knows? And I know a lot of people have been complaining about the Will Venable lineups. I'm typically, Jay, we joked while we were in Milwaukee that like, game 2 and Jason has the lineup tweet out there. And since I've known you, and this goes back to even before we were on Twitter, it could have been on Facebook. It's always Jay complaining about the lineup so I could set my watch to it. But I'm typically not going to complain until at least April. We're still in March. So, but yeah, somewhere in the middle of April, you get into a routine and go that way. But yeah, there's been some questionable things so far.
Yeah. But all in all, though, great start to the season for Mune. I think, just get some guys on base in front of him. That's all you need, like he's taking walks, which is good. But yeah, you need, if you're gonna have him bat second, you need those guys at the bottom of the lineup to get on. And that's one of the things too I want to bring up is Edgar Carroll. He's 0 for the season. Not good for our start. I picked that guy to potentially, lead the team in RBIs this year. Fuck my life, man. I was way off on that so far. But I think maybe he needs to go back to number 7 because 26 ain't working for our dude. Great behind the plate so far, but that bat needs to wake up ASAP because if he's going to be batting, 8th in the lineup and you still have Mune batting second, you need him to start getting on base and Acuna too.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I feel like Edgar Carroll is going to be fine. I'm not worried about Edgar Carroll all that much, although I am worried about him staying healthy because he's just taking a lot of weird knocks the first 4 games of the season. He took a ball to the groin, which happens when you're a catcher every once in a while, and then he took 2 back-to-back to the face shield today, and I'm like, man, this kid's like. It's like my 4-year-old toddler just getting knocks everywhere, just like Rock'em Sock'em Robot style. So if you want to worry about Carroll that way, but no, I think he'll be fine. The Luis Angel Acuna thing is questionable because I want to give credit to whoever. I'm not sure if it was James Fagan that said it, but I was also listening to the Nick Morosky podcast last night. But somebody was saying that somebody had heard that they're already questioning how good he is in the outfield. And I'm like, you can't get rid of. I was pro getting rid of Lou Bob if you allocate those resources how you're supposed to. And if you're telling me that Luis Angel Acuna can't play outfield and we're going to rely on whoever, Brooks Baldwin, once he gets better or healthy, bad on Chris Getz. So it's still early. I don't want to keep harking on this. It's still early. Luis Angel Acuna can get better. But the first 4 games, plus the reports that are coming out, bad news.
Like Chris Getz thought he was a switch hitter and thought he could play the outfield. Like he thought literally thought he was his brother. Like I know that Ronald's not a switcher, but one time he did switch and batted left and hit a home run. So maybe he thinks he's Ronald Acuna. Like that one time we traded for the wrong Basabe. But with your Carroll point, I don't mind him not getting a hit. What I do mind him is not getting on base at all. Mm-hmm. That was one of his things when he was an Angel.
He took the walks.
Yeah, and so if he can, during a struggle, take a couple more pitches, see a couple more pitches deeper, because he's the guy. Like, yeah, we'll have a couple. Think maybe tomorrow we'll have a Reese McGuire game, but in the interim, you're the guy until Kyle Keel comes back. So you're going to have good at-bats. Like, being over is going to happen to everybody, but the at-bats have not looked good like you're talking about, Jason.
But also, can we not have him bunt when he's in an 0-for too?
In the 4th inning?
Yeah.
That was...
I don't know. I don't know who's calling that, but why are we fucking bunting in the 4th inning when we're up 5 run?
I was driving. So I was listening to Len Casper, which is... again, does a fantastic call. And Joey, I'm going to steal your line. I was doing what he doing, Wegner, when he's like, he's showing bunt. And I'm like, what?
Just a head scratcher, guys.
Man, getting the Russo vibes back over here, man, with fucking bunting already. That's not going to get a guy out of his slump, Especially when you got a pitcher that was struggling in the beginning of the game.
Yes.
And you're just giving up an out. I don't get it. But he'll get, like you said, Herb, he'll probably get, a day off, and then hopefully he comes back, on after that, he'll come back and he'll get some hits because he's got slappy power, he can slap some singles and doubles down the line. So I want to see the guy from last year. So.
Yeah, and maybe it's just a pressing thing, right? He wants to take advantage of the situation with Kyle Teel being gone. And I said it when Kyle Teel got hurt. I said, maybe this is a blessing in disguise for Edgar Carroll. But again, that comes with you got to show up in the moments. And damn it, JT.
That was good.
So yeah, he could be pressing. I'll give it a little bit more time.
Yeah. next up, so the bullpen had an epic collapse yesterday. Today it looked a little dicey there, but Newcomb pitched 2 2/3 inning, struck out 5. Gave up a run on that. But how worried are you guys about this bullpen this year? Is it just bad start to the season, or is it more pressing? I should say more worrisome.
I would have loved for the White Sox not to put any resources into the bullpen and just had young pitchers come up here and do their work. Like, let them struggle at the major league level. Like, I get it. Sarah Anthony Dominguez was a good acquisition for the White Sox because of the lack of closing out games last year and the run losses that they had last year. But it popped its ugly head on Sunday where he was one of the people that gave up the booty in that 8th inning. It was really bad. And that's what I'm talking about with bullpens. It is a volatile position already. You don't know performance you're going to get from one year to the next on a player. So I would have loved to have all these young live arms that they have down in the minor leagues. Don't waste those bullets at AA and AAA. And don't spend money on a big-time reliever until you're ready to compete. And the White Sox are nowhere near the competition. So getting Sir Anthony Dominguez, while I thought was a solid move, I think also with a team that spends very few dollars and allocates those dollars to specific positions, when you don't put it in the outfield or you don't put it a power-hitting third baseman, which you could say now Miguel Vargas is, it's kind of like wasteful to me that you're going to allocate some of those funds to a reliever who's not going to be on this team for long or when they're actually going to be good.
Yeah, I was excited about Sir Anthony Dominguez and a couple other moves they made, only because, like you mentioned, the one-run games, and I was like, how do they go from a 60-win team to a 75-win team or an 80-win team? And it's like, oh, yeah, it's like you got to win more one-run games, and you got to win more games in your division, which they haven't done in the last 3 years or so. But the other thing is, like, the Brewers are just a way better team than the White Sox. And to start the season off like that, like, I feel like people are forgetting how good the Brewers are. And it's like, yeah, that's just going to happen. And so I'm not too worried about it yet, although, it wasn't great the first 3 games. But yeah, I think, the Sir Anthony thing, like, you're right, Herb. Like, there's a chance he, falls way down a wayside because, like you mentioned, it's so volatile as a relief pitcher. I've seen a lot of things, and I had a couple of things I wanted to mention to you guys, just on the Twitter sphere or, message boards, the White Sox subreddit, and this harkens back to the bullpen, but just pitching in general. A lot of people are clamoring they should never got rid of Ethan Katz, and like, this is why you don't get rid of Ethan Katz at 3 games into the season when I'm seeing these things. Are you putting anything into the, oh, yeah, Ethan Katz would have got these guys better?
No, they were bad last year under Ethan Katz.
Right.
And the person I trust more, Bannister, says that
Bannister.
Ethan, it was time to go. So I trust his pitching mind and who he thinks could get these guys ready more than I trust Ethan Katz in actually executing and being a good pitching coach, whatever that means. I don't know how much pitching coaches have effects on players, but some people swear by them, and some people think they're negligible position.
Yeah. 20 earned runs so far given up by the bullpen this season. That's bad. So if the Sox want to win some games, they can't do these 9-8 slugfest. You're not going to get, close to double-digit runs every game. I mean, you'd like to hope that this is an offensive juggernaut, hitting grand slams all the time. But yeah, lock it down. 20 runs already. Basically 4 runs a game, 5 runs a game for a bullpen. It's terrible. So, we'll see.
Where's Don Cooper when you need him?
Yeah. Need something, man. I'm going to start the farm report next week. So I'll be keeping my eyes out who's lighting up, in AAA, who could be the next guy up. Maybe you get, a Tanner McDougal to take some long innings, in relief. Who knows how they're going to handle those guys, but yeah, I think it's just it's a bad start, and get Chris Murphy off this fucking team.
Okay,
that's my one hot take. Herb, you're very not high though on Pereira.
No, I mean he's been hitting the ball really hard, and this is just a typical White Sox thing where you're trying to find this guy who used to be a high-ranking prospect that is crapped out of another organization. This one was, I think, the Yankees. He was a high prospect, and I've seen this movie before. We're doing this again. I think AJ Reed we did this with, and we did this with. We're trying to do it with my guy Kelnick, but he didn't, want to participate this year apparently until the minor leagues. But I don't see the there. I don't see that guy being the Carlos Quentin that they're trying to find out. Like they're trying to make that happen again. And he hits the ball hard, but I think his swing and miss is just going to be way too much miss, like a 30% miss on that. And you're not going to get enough contact that is hard and over the fence that makes up for that, or just like you can live with it. I think what you're going to get from Mune is the high swing and miss, but you're going to get so much good contact. You're like, okay, we can live with that. It's his rookie year. He'll learn to lay off pitches, et cetera, et cetera. Pereira's been in, what is he, 25 now? He's been in the league for a couple of years. I don't know what's there. And as I always like to do, I like to more go with the young players, even though Brooks Baldwin's not necessarily young, but once he gets back on the team, I want him to be taking those at-bats because I see something in Brooks Baldwin. I see something that's developing there, a solid major league player. I don't see it in Evans and Pereira. Please prove me wrong. Be the guy that is Carlos
24.
Quentin. 24, yeah. Be Carlos Quentin. Don't break your hand, but be Carlos Quentin, please.
Yeah. All right. Peter, you have any?
Yeah, the other two
some
things that I
questions?
saw, yeah, I had a couple of things that I saw, in the scuttlebutt and the message boards and everything like that. The second one, besides the Ethan Katz thing, is people complaining, or not necessarily complaining, but already counting down the days where Munetake Murakami is gone. Some people are like, if he keeps this up, he will be gone by the All-Star break. But like a couple people I saw talking about, like, it's 2 years. They're considering 2 years. This is like the minor leagues for him, and then he'll be out in the Dodgers, which is more likely than not the way the Dodgers sign people. But it just seems frustrating that, like, this is why we can't have nice things. It's like he hits 3 home runs in the world, and White Sox fans are already shipping him off.
I know this is a hard concept for Sox fans to grasp, and for also the front office to grasp. You can keep your good players. You don't need to trade them just because they have value. This is how you build a winning team, by keeping guys with value. People already want to trade Grant Taylor away. What can we get for Grant Taylor? If he's a good pitcher, keep him. If Munetaki's hitting bombs for you, keep him. At least, and if he doesn't want to sign, that's okay. At least make an attempt to keep your player. Yeah. But just this automatically thing of like, well, we're going to get this guy, and then, we'll keep him and we'll flip him some good young prospects. And you know what? Those prospects sometimes don't work out for you, and you get fucking screwed. So maybe stop just giving rid of people because you're in a retool, rebuild, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and sign your fucking good players.
You got to build a foundation with core players, Jay. You're right. And you don't have to ship off the core. You need to build the core.
Yeah.
And he's not that old either.
No.
No. And maybe he is like more all ears to hear about a contract extension before, he hits free agency. If he's doing so well with the White Sox after his first year, it's like, you got to start talking about that after you're the White Sox. If he is doing well, you're like, hey, man, we'd like to keep you past these 2 years. And if you like what Chicago's offered for you so far, here's some real ass money. Lock him in. Because if you found something like that chose you and then is going to choose you for further years, baby, there's nothing better than having a power hitting first baseman. What are those? Haven't had one of those in a minute.
Yeah.
Abreu. Goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last one. last one, Jay, and it's something that really grind my gears. And I know, hand up, I admit, biased, right? I'm a Schriffen guy. And he doesn't come with it like, he's not bulletproof. I understand that. Like him calling the Brewers an up and coming team when they've won the division like 3 years in a row, problem. But him getting flack for the Chase Meidroth leadoff home run, where like I tell people all the time, like the wait, maybe this year was a little bit better than most years, but like the wait between bear season being over and baseball starting is like, it's the dog days of winter. It stinks, and finally baseball is back. Hope springs eternal. Chase Meidroth leads off the game with a home run, and then he's getting flack where he was too excited for a home run call. I thought, like, what in the hell? I understand, he comes with his fair share of warts, but like complaining about a leadoff home run, I felt was like unwarranted. I don't know about you guys.
Well, that was the first time it ever happened in franchise history. So like, you're not supposed to get excited for something that happened the first ever. Like, I can't remember the last. I can't remember the last time because it never happened. Like, we've never seen a leadoff home run. We always see it against us, but never for us. So yeah, I jumped up out of my chair. I went, "Fuck yeah, World Series, here we come!" I got all meat-headed. And that's what you want. Schifrin gets a lot of shit, but if he wants to be a meathead fan, I let him be a meathead fan. Doesn't care. Like, everyone's getting like that, but then they want to wag their finger and say, "Oh, you shouldn't have got excited." Nah, fuck you. You guys were excited too.
I mean, imagine, Devin Hester running back a kickoff return to kick off any Bears game. Of course, any, play-by-play guy will go off, as he should, right? It's an exciting play, and the stadium is going to go rough, and so are all of we on our couches or in bars, wherever. I mean, it's a start of something. So I don't know. I don't get that.
I mean, think about all the situation there. It's the first game of the year. It is the opening batter. It's Chase Meidroth, who doesn't hit home runs. And it's the first time he gets to speak to the White Sox audience during this year. Like, I would rather have to tell my play-by-play guy to tamp it down than to bring it up. And if you had a problem with him getting his voice rose up for a solo home run to start the season by Chase Meidroth, I just think you don't like John Schriffen. That's not a very good reason not to, or to criticize that guy. Like, there are valid reasons, which I have done in the past, to criticize him. But I think it has gone on the other side now, where it's way too much. It's way too played out. It's way too, like, I think it's now a bit like to hate John Schriffen and to, get on every single one of his calls, or what is he doing now? And why is he excited about a solo home run in the first inning? Because it's the White Sox. That's why he should be excited. I was excited as a White Sox fan, and I'm as pessimistic as the next one. And I have no problem with John Schriffen getting excited for a solo home run call. I thought the call met the moment.
Yep. I will say, I don't care how he does his home run calls, but if he throws into Howard Dean, yeah, I might be out.
Please say it. Please, if you said see him on Thursday, please suggest it to him. Oh, that'd be great.
We gotta slide into those DMs. Hey man, can you do something for me?
Yeah. Oh shit! All right,
that ended a man's political career. That ended a man's political career just because he got excited.
He really did.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. All right, that wraps up our White Sox Talks presented by Taste Real Chicago from JP Graziano's. Visit them in the West Loop. Get your Mr. G's subs and come out for opening day for some tasty subs. All right. I got something for you guys. You ready?
I am ready. I'm excited about this.
Yeah. It's my intro.
How many grok bucks did you spend on that?
It's not that easy to try to get the perfect AI image.
I liked it.
All right.
Very creative.
So, okay, we're going to bring back the music video quiz. If you guys don't remember, I'm going to show a screen cap of a music video, and it's not going to have the artist in it or anything. So you have to guess what it is just based on the one screen cap. This is 90s rap music. So we figured since Dougie's not here, this would be a perfect time to let it run. All right. We're going to start with an easy one here.
Is it anybody? Like anybody can guess? We're not keeping score. It's not like like Joey goes and Herb goes.
No,
how do you want to
guys?
do it?
Let's do. Let's keep score. You guys, give your.
I was gonna say let's do it as a team effort. But no, I guess go Joey, or Joey goes first.
I'm drawing.
You said this is an easy one.
Yeah. I'm drawing a blank here.
This is gonna go like Lawrence versus Vikings went, and Herb is a participant in Lawrence versus Vikings.
Yeah.
This is gonna go about as well as that where they went. I got nothing. Herb, you got something?
I would just be guessing. And Salt and Pepper.
All right, so I'm gonna have a guess. I do have a guess because in my head, this sounds like there might be a saxophone in this. Is this Rex in Effects Rump Shaker?
It is not. All right. No one got it except for Sidney Brown.
Oh, see, the comments could definitely play along.
Hypnotize.
Victoria's B.I.G. Hypnotize.
Damn.
That's when they're all dancing around him.
All right.
In his white suit.
We are gonna get better at this. I was a both MTV and then the box. Remember the box on channel 13 where you could like
I do.
Yeah. So
with Clarence Carter.
A fiend for that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Music television you control. All right. Next up. I got 10 of these, by the way. So.
Okay. Good to know.
All right.
Oh
easy.
Shit. Yeah.
Crossroads.
Easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It is. Each of you got a point. It is boom, 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 boom. The Grim Reaper on that one. I should have won that one first. That was probably the easiest one. And it's easy because this video just played on repeat 24/7
on the box.
Yeah, on the box. Yeah.
Like it was back to back to back to back. Like you literally saw it like at least like 27 times a day. Insane. All right, good job, guys. All right.
I didn't even have an Uncle Charles, and I missed him.
That's also the only lyrics that most people. That's the only lyric that most people know of that song.
I'm gonna miss everybody. And I'm gonna miss everybody.
Yeah, we know all the lyrics.
All right, next up.
Oh shit! This could be like. Oh,
just
orgies regulate.
No,
just from the image and the song lyric, I'm gonna go with "Today Was a Good Day."
Joey,
that's a great guess, Herb. I'm gonna go with Herb on this one.
It is Ice Cube. Today is a good day.
Yeah.
Damn.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
7 even back to
little Joe.
Damn.
Picked up the cash flow.
And I'm yelling dominoes. All right. Good one, guys. And Peter, I'm not going to tell you no going forward, so that I'm going to keep it in suspense when you get it wrong.
Well, either way, I got to make a guess.
Yeah. All right. Next up.
Good radio.
I know this one. I do know this one. Goodness gracious. Is this more New Jack than or hip hop? Is it the actual rap song, right?
It's a rap song, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
There's no R&B or anything like that.
I'm trying to I'm gonna go with "Crush on You."
Okay, Peter.
Well, I don't want to cheat. CD44 says, "Can I get a?"
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I got no guess on this. I don't want to take CD44 because I didn't have a guess.
You should take it.
Just
Joey?
throw it up. Is it Hova?
I need a song, Joe.
Can I get a what?
It is Jay-Z. Can I get a what?
That's CD44's point.
It is.
Damn, these are harder than I thought.
I
thought
know.
we were gonna roll on this.
City Browns is Jay-Z. So guys are in the ball house or ballpark there. All
You
right.
were always a big Jay-Z guy, though. I should have known this. There's gonna be at least 7 Jay-Z songs on this.
There's not 7 Jay-Z's. That was only one. All right. Next up.
Yeah, Regulate.
I agree.
Mount up.
Joey, you're saying Regulate?
Yes.
It is Regulate.
Mount up.
Because there was dice playing in Regulate too. That's where you threw me off with the other one.
Yeah. Nope. Good one, guys. All right. Next one.
Oh, this is Dre and Snoop.
Need a name of a song.
Fuck. Hold on, I'll get there.
Ain't nothing but a G thing.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Ain't Nothing But a G thing.
Joey?
Teamwork. I'll go with that.
It is a nothing but a G thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Good one. Back when they would just blur out titties left and right on music videos.
My favorite era.
Yep. Their Mix-a-Lot put them on the glass. All right, next up.
Man, this one. It's familiar, but I cannot
Yeah.
pinpoint it. I'm gonna be so pissed when I hear it.
Is it? No, I don't even know if there was a music video for. Is this Dear Mama?
I was gonna say that one. Dear Mama, Tupac. I think you're right.
Joe?
I'm just thinking about Mama fixing me a hot meal with a hot plate. So I'm gonna go, yeah, Pac. Dear Mama.
It is Tupac, Dear Mama.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, we got a couple more left here.
This has got to be a
Rough Riders.
Rough Riders.
Rough Rider.
Yeah. We got that one.
Yep. I was trying to think of a good scene with that, but they're all riding bikes and it's so
Yeah, it's like any motorcycle. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take Rough Riders.
Rough Riders.
All right, we got
All right, now we're rolling. We're rolling, gentlemen.
yeah, I think I didn't make these hard enough. We got 2 left. All right.
Oh,
Juvenile, back that ass up. Sorry, I cussed.
Yeah, go Joey P.
man, I'm trying to fire up the Rolodex, the hamster wheel. I just can't. I got nothing for this one.
I'm gonna let you get it, Joey P. I think that is right. Yeah.
It is
I think
back that ass up.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Juvenile fan.
Joey,
Yeah.
you could have said back that thing up. You chose the cuss.
I did. Sorry, Sid.
All right, last one.
What?
Is that Frank Vincent?
Yeah, I was about to say. What is this?
They're in a strip joint, right? He's holding. What the hell's going on?
3-6 Mafia. I don't have an honest guess on this one.
I'm gonna say Uchiwale Nas. That's just a wild guess.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a Nas song. That
Yeah.
could be a good one.
Joe?
Yeah, I'm blanked out on this one.
Half point for Herb. It is Nas. It is Street Dreams.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
He did the casino or the casino parody
mhm.
on that. Wearing the pink suit and car blowing up and everything.
Man, I haven't seen that music video in a while.
I know.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch a couple of these.
gonna have to go back and get my 42 disc CD zip up album and start flipping through the pages and listen back to some of my Nas now.
While you're
My
driving.
Illmatic.
Yeah, while you're driving. And then the six CD changer.
Exactly.
Herb, you're the winner. You got with eight correct.
Thank you to Peter for supplying some of the answers. Appreciate it.
No problem.
You too, Joey P.
Well,
What happened? There we
we go. Yeah, that was the. I was trying to pick ones that like obscure.
That was
like,
fun.
rap
So
vid-
we've done rap once before, right? So this is our
Yeah.
second, and then we've
Yeah.
done all alternative '90s music once before, right?
Yeah, I said we need to do like 90s, 2000s pop, and then we also
Yeah.
got to go like 80s, do like an 80s one.
Yeah, like a boy band, kind of Britney, Christina Aguilera
Yeah.
would work really well, and then probably an '80s one too. I like
80s definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that is our music video quiz. But we should probably play a quick ad for us.
ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com is the home for all Chicago sports bums merch. We have Bears, Hawks, Sox, and Bums merch available. Anything you need to get ready for a big game or a Chicago Sports Bums event. Remember, all profits go directly back into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates to keep the beer and food free for everyone. So head over to ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com and pick up a couple Toot Tree shirts today.
All right, you guys ready to bum some people?
Let's do it.
Born ready.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
All right, time for our listener bums and MVBs. First up is SPF MVP Herb for filling in for Dougie's absence. Yes, thank you. Appreciate you. Bum of the week. My wife wanting to leave for Tennessee on Thursday instead of Friday for the Easter holiday. That way I can't attend the Bums Lappy festivities. Might have to divorce her, man.
Cold-blooded by SPF bumming his wife. I'm gonna MVP his wife for putting up with his bullshit.
I like that little turntable. Missy, hell yeah, a Herb episode. We agree. MVB,
Hell yeah.
CD44, incredible weekend. We agree.
Agree to all of this.
Yep. King Ass, MVB, CD44 for Saturday's game invite. Bum of the week, headaches. That's what happens when you hang out with Stoop Kid.
Burn. That was good.
That's a really good one.
CD44, MVP, Mune. Overall vibe still high, and the Illini getting one for Windy City Rebel. Yeah, he showed up. He showed up to the game wearing the Illini jersey. He was like, "Fuck the Sox jerseys." Anything like
He
that.
had a Sox hat on.
He had a Sox hat.
He was pulling double duty.
Okay, yeah. Bum of the week, Venable. What the fuck were those lineups? Thank you. And Ben Attendee's fielding ability.
Yeah. Bad.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get to that in a minute. Yumper, MVP, my mom and her for her birthday and the Illini. Happy birthday, Mama Yump.
Yeah, Mama Yump.
Bum, this up and down weather. I'm bipolar as fuck, needed to make up its mind.
65 and cloudy. That's all we need.
That's all you need, baby. Next up, Angie, bum of the week. The White Sox. Yeah, they got a win today, so maybe it's trending back up. Maybe not. MVP, Big Frank Nazar. Yeah, we love Frankie. We also got another MVP, Frondell. Yeah, Frondell come up. Is it Bossave?
Boisevert.
Boisevert?
Yeah, Sasha Boisevert.
But Save was a baseball player. I was like, what?
He's a French.
No, it's Sasha Boisvert, Jason.
Boisvert.
It's
Yeah.
Boisvert. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get that. But
You will.
the two new kids got called up this week, and the future is now bright for the Hawks. Their third overall pick is now up playing with Bedard, and that power play is gonna be nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dougie's not here, so I'm gonna have to pin my anger on Joey. Joey, what happened to Levchinov?
He broke his hand thanks to you because I'm sure you prayed for this, as Drew McIntyre would say.
I do not root for injuries. I've never done that. That's bad. That's bad juju.
Nah, but Frondell, he's been on fire ever since he got called up and got the call to the NHL to the big time, and he's scored a point in every game so far.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, big impact.
Cindy Brown, his MVBs. Me enjoying my first vacation of the year to the 108 crew hosting their annual road trip yesterday. Yeah, the bus looked like a fun ride. The Fighting Illini reaching the Final Four, and the fan who caught the home run by James Woods of the Nationals versus Cubs not throwing the ball back.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. His bum of the week, the White Sox bullpen for giving up 6 runs in the 8th inning yesterday's loss to Milwaukee. Netflix telecast of the Yankees San Francisco Giants from last Wednesday and Duke's choke job versus UConn. I wasn't able to watch the Netflix game. How was it? Anyone have any feedback on their telecast?
Not great, Bob. I didn't like. I'm a big score ticker guy. I mean, I know a lot of people complain a lot about like all kinds of different score tickers. The Netflix one was brutal. Did not like.
And it looked like just a commercial for Netflix.
Oh, that's a shocker.
Yeah, it's like, I'm already here, guy. I already have it.
We're not going anywhere else.
Yeah, but I got it.
But hey, you raised my prices, which we all saw coming after they signed the NFL, and WWE. We're like, oh, you signed 2 of the biggest, sports conglomerates around. So guess how much my rates are going to go up in the very near future.
And the weird part about it, I kind of like their NFL Christmas package because I think the broadcasts are good. And Eagle, Noel Eagle's pretty good, and their Nate Burleson's all right. But I'm not a Matt Vasgersian fan in general, and especially not on play-by-play. And he was brutal. Man. I don't think CC Sabathia is the guy. And while I love him, I like Hunter Pence. Ugh. I know they're doing this thing where they're like pairing together different players from different teams in their history, but that broadcast wasn't good. Like, I know it's their first chance, so maybe eventually they'll be better, but no, it wasn't it.
I think I've got like Matt Vasgersian, just like he's got a lifetime of goodwill just because I've got his voice ingrained from like the early days of MLB The Show.
Yes.
Yep.
It's like I just play until 4 a.m. and it's just like Vasgersian's brain or like voice just like embedded in my brain.
So let me ask you, Peter, because I was an MLB The Show guy too. Did you do a whole 162 season?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You stay up till 4 a.m. I did a whole 162 season. You'll finish in 5 days.
Nice. Next up, JT, MVB, White Sox community most days. Yes, I agree. Bum of the week, days. CHGO HR department.
Oh, I think that's he's rooting for you, Herb.
Yeah. Mark, MVB, JP Graziano for the discount and the bums for the promotion. Happy to help. And congratulations on winning the bums prize.
Congrats to Mark.
Yep. Well, I sent you a message. We'll get back to you more on details for that. Bum of the week, the White Sox bullpen. Seems to be a theme.
Yeah.
Colonel Bourbon, the fine Southern gentleman. MVB, JP Graziano's for the sweet discount. We agree. Bum of the week, Dougie for taking vacation during Whiskey at Comiskey. He did it last year too to us. It's becoming a trend. The Sox need to schedule either Dougie needs to schedule his vacations around the Sox, or Sox need to schedule their games around Dougie. We can't keep having this.
It's spring break for the kids. We might have to talk to the school that they go to.
Yeah.
If I recall, he did make opening day, but he and I went on that cruise the day after.
Yeah.
I
also added West Loose Toms because it always makes me chuckle when the hashtag nobody work happened. Also, Joe, you've been doing the fine Southern gentleman for Colonel Bourbon. Yeah. I also thought about just calling him Joe Bourbon. He might just be Joe Bourbon from now on. I'm gonna put him in my phone as Joe Bourbon.
He also goes by Joey P. Also,
it doesn't sound very Southern gentlemanly though. If you're just calling him Joe Bourbon, that sounds like he's from New York and he's a enforcer.
Hey, Joe Bourbon.
Yeah.
We'll work on it.
Mailman Jack, MVB got to be me for approving Dougie's PTO during this hectic week. I told him at the beginning of the year he got unlimited PTO.
He doesn't even ask anymore. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He stopped asking Jason a while ago.
Yeah. His bum of the week, the White Sox bullpen. Yep. Again. All right. We're gonna let our guests go first on our bums and MVBs.
Well, I'm gonna go with my bum will be Jaden Ivey, and not necessarily for the rant he gave. I just hate it when you do something or you have a rant that you hide behind your favorite book. I am not a Christian anymore. I'm an agnostic. And so me saying this, I know will bring me heat, but you can love your religion and believe every word that your religion says for you. But when you try to impose your beliefs in your religion on others, that's where I have the problem. And I don't want him to hide behind the Bible. If he feels that way by himself before the Christ stuff or the Bible stuff, so be it. Do your thing, my man. I don't like it, but I would at least feel a little bit better about your opinion that you're saying the opinion, not a book that was written 1,500 years ago says. Like, things change. As we've known, things have changed. And I always give black men a harder time when they do have these homophobic opinions because of anybody. We know of being oppressed in this country. We know of being told that we're other, that we're not good enough. The last thing I want is to have somebody that has been told that their whole life to use that weapon against some other group. So I feel that he is a real big bum for his message he had today. If it's a mental health breakdown, which it looked like, I want him to get the help that he needs. But I do not feel that that guy should be hiding behind God and Jesus. And as CD44 points out, Jesus doesn't hate the gays. Like, Jesus, if anything, was all about love. So if we're going to be the follow Jesus, if we're going to be Christians, follow the Christ-like path where he's loving all instead of hating and denigrating others. So that's my bum of the week. Also, I always have one for Bruce Pearl because he sucks. And I got to see him on my TV now, CBS. Thank you for some reason. I love that Chuck kind of had his own little thing. Chuck Barkley did his own little thing in front of Bruce Pearl, where he's kind of saying that the treatment of some of the immigrants here in this country has been a little too far. And I love that from Chuck. Chuck is a registered Republican himself. So him saying that was very bold. But my MVB is my guy, Ben Hummerkaus. You say, why Ben Hummerkaus, Herb? He didn't score any points versus Iowa. That's the point. 20 minutes, missed all his shots, got 4 rebounds, had a plus 17. That guy got crapped on all year by me and some of this year by me and other Illini fans. And all he's done is worked on his game and become a better player and understanding that his contribution doesn't have to be the points column. It can be defense like he was showing this whole year. And it can be just being a rebounder and being a guy that's a leader out there. He's accepted his role and he has thrived at it. I think he has the lowest amount of turnovers in the whole NCAA for the guy that's played this amount of minutes or more. So that's my MVP, a guy that I've crapped on plenty of times. Ben Hummerkaus forward for the Final Four headed Fighting Illini.
Hell yeah.
All right. Joey, what do you got?
I'll start with my bum of the week, and it's lighthearted satire, this bum of the week, because I love all things Chicago Bulls, especially 90s Dynasty Bulls, every player on the team. Scottie Pippen is my bum of the week, and I'll say why. You may have noticed that the last couple of weeks, there's a new Mr. Pibb soft drink commercial that is on the airwaves now, and it's, poking fun at The Last Dance. Scotty's in the commercial, sitting down with his Mr. Pibb's soft drink next to him, and he's poking fun and, using some phrases about, Mr. Pibb shouldn't always be overlooked as the second best to anything, just like myself and my basketball career, shouldn't be looked over. So he's basically, throwing shade at Mike, so it's, a clever marketing ploy by Mr. Pibb. And then, of course, it's a funny commercial. So he calls the soft drink Mr. Pip, and they're like, no, Scotty, it's Pibb. He's like, no, I said it's Pibb. So, just Scotty getting his word in, So lighthearted, I got to give it to Scotty. Come on, stop throwing shade at Mike. We all know it's Mike. So, but we love you too. So you're one of the top 50 ever. Yeah, go ahead.
I haven't seen the commercial, but my only question to you, Joey, is better or worse than the Mr. Submarine commercial?
You know what, Scotty, bring back the Mr. Submarine commercials. That's the Scotty that we all know and love. So
on a side note, those Mr. Submarine commercials lately have been great.
Those are awesome.
Yeah,
like,
the anniversary ones.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Tom Waddle one was funny. The Eagle Man one. Yeah, good stuff.
Love it. So my MVBs got a couple. Shout out Gordo. Finally, our guy was able to hook back up, had some plans to go and hang out with our guy on Saturday. He's doing very well. He's excited for Thursday. I got to tell all of you that, he's excited to see many of you on Thursday. He's part of our caravan crew. He's going to be, lugging some goodies for all of us to enjoy on Thursday. So shout out Gordo. You're my MVB brother. And obviously everybody that participated and helped support JP Graziano during this White Sox season, Jim and crew there, but tasterealchicago.com, all those orders everybody did. Thank you all so much. Obviously it means a lot to everybody involved in building our White Sox community up, and y'all deserve it and more. So we'll see you on Thursday.
Yep. All right, Peter, what do you got?
All right, I got three MVBs, one bum. I'll start with my MVBs. First one being our guy Yumper. I know he was in the comments. He is him and Penguin Imprints are the proud sponsor of the Baloney Show now. And I said on the Baloney Show I'm going to do it here. I would have done those ad reads for free. I love Yumpy. I would have just pushed his product. He helped us in a bind with our watch parties. He printed out 1 million stickers in short amount of time. I appreciated that, and he's like, "Hey, no, I'm doing a sponsorship with Son Ranto, a Cubs podcast," and then he's like, "I want to sponsor the Baloney Show." I'm like, "Hell yes, sign me up!" So go to Penguin Imprints. He does great work, not just shirts, but he's got canvas artwork. He's got the stickers, and I know we've got some goodies to give away opening day. I've got a stack of stuff. So I'm excited about that. I'll echo everyone else's comments on CD44. Obviously, the sweet life. I haven't been a part of many sweet lives, but the one at the Brewers game was awesome. And then my final MVB is the Flood Brothers. That's the sanitation company.
Oh,
in
dude,
Chicago.
I almost MVP them myself. So that's a good one.
I've got the picture up for the people watching on YouTube. For the people listening on the podcast, I'll explain it to you. The Flood Brothers put the Pope, the Southside Pope, on the side of their sanitation trucks, and that specific truck was patrolling around 35th and Shields. I thought, hell yeah. It's just an easy way to win a couple fans. So I'm a big fan of Flood Brothers now, and that's just easy advertising. So I like it. I like when when the city of Chicago does the name the plow kind of deal. And now if you're gonna do kind of this kind of stuff on the side of garbage trucks, I'm all in on all that stuff.
Could it be considered sacrilegious to put the Pope on associated with garbage?
I don't know, Joey P. You tell me.
No, absolutely not. All we're doing is, cleaning up the streets.
No, it's a Southside Pope. He will say any publicity is good publicity.
Absolutely. We're just cleaning up the streets.
That's my guy.
Cleansing. We're cleansing.
My bum of the week, and I know this one is very much for the end of the year graphic when we do the brackets and stuff like that. I want to make sure I have Andrew Benintendi on my side of the bracket. I complained a little bit earlier in the show, but the fact that he's stealing at-bats and or defensive assignments from anybody nowadays is a problem. I understand that he's getting paid a lot of money, and you got to put him somewhere. That somewhere should be the bench. That somewhere should be anywhere but the field or taking hacks at home plate. So Andrew Benintendi, you're my bum of the week for the foreseeable future, and I feel like I'm going to be doing this rant every week on the BumCast from now until the day you're not on the White Sox.
Yep. And not catching pop flies doesn't help either.
Atrocious defensively. I know people were talking about like he was complaining like, oh, the Achilles hasn't progressed the way he wanted to. He's a little bit slower and a little bit like more banged up. It's game 3. You got a bad Achilles game 3 of the season? Get out of here, man. Hang it up.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to take us home. Again, you guys all said it. My MVBs, CD44. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who bought from JP Graziano's Taste Real Chicago. Use our promo code. Thank you to all. Thank you to Gordo, man. He's helping out a lot, with logistics for the opening tailgate. So shout out Gordo. He's really coming through for us in a good crunch right now. And then I have my other MVB is kind of like tied into my bum here. So start with the bum side of it. Saturday we go up to Milwaukee. Me and the wife, we had a hotel room booked and prepaid it beginning of February. It's already paid for. So get to the hotel. Overbooked. We don't have no room for you. Check it. I called we got into town around 12:30. I called to see if the room was ready. No, sorry, sir, the room's not ready. Maybe around 3. Okay. Call back around 3. Hey, checking to see if our room's ready. Sorry, they're cleaning it up right now. It should be ready for check-in at 4:00. All right. Get the check-in a little before 4. Sorry, sir, we don't have a room for you. We overbooked. I fucking called you guys twice, and you couldn't fucking tell me that I don't have a room. You wasted 3 hours of my time. So I'm fucking livid at the hotel that they don't have anything. But MVB to them, they apologized and they completely covered another hotel at the Hyatt place, not that far away. So I got a nicer, I guess you could say, room for free. And I called, they helped me book or cancel my already booked room. So I got a $260 refund and a free room. So everything came up. Millhouse.
Oh my God.
Everything came up Millhouse. Bum of the week that hotel, but MVB giving me a free room for the weekend and getting my money back. It basically covered all of my alcoholic abilities over the weekend. Because I went to ham. I was so pissed off when I got into the suite at the game because we were so delayed. We lost about an hour on that. You guys were already all there. And I just said, I'm drinking my aggression away with this because I am so fucking pissed off. And I did that. And I was on a bender on Saturday, but it was a free bender. So I can't complain. I don't know if I'm on those grifting levels yet. But that was not.
I would have made us think about that. I don't make us think about a lot of things, but like an overbooked hotel, cancellation, stuff like that. You got to make us think about those things.
Yeah. I was just going to say, you never know. You probably lucked out. Obviously, you did luck out, but the room at the originally booked hotel is probably way, way worse. You never know.
Well, it was funny because they actually had the room already booked up for me. So like they were just trying to help me get my refund. But yeah, I'm happy that I got all expenses paid for the weekend.
My Sox Summer saying you aren't Bleacher Jeff level, but you beat me in Praz. Praz only grifted a free hoodie, so hotel is above free hoodie. At least in monetary value.
But I didn't ask for the room; they gave it to me. Praz tweeted at the Cubs like, "Can I please have a hoodie?" Like he tweeted all pathetic about it. I just went in there.
They ripped his hoodie. I got to get somebody to rip your hoodie unbeknownst to you and see what happens. Prank.
All All right, Peter, what's on the Baloney Show this week?
So we're running it back. Me and Johnny, Southside Bum. He's back. We did one earlier, all about nostalgia, and we're running it back. It's gonna be video game nostalgia. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Here we go. We're doing NES games. So we're doing our top 10 NES games. He's gonna do Super Nintendo, and I'm gonna do Sega Genesis because he was the Nintendo guy. I was a Sega guy. So we're gonna tag team the video game nostalgia episode. I told Johnny this might go 3 hours long because I've got a lot to say about a lot of these video games. So that's Wednesday night on the Baloney Show.
All right. And with that, guys, we're going to be out there on Thursday, bright and early. Come join us. Whiskey at Comiskey. It's opening day. We are excited. We can't wait to see everyone. It's going to be a shit show. And until then, go Sox. See you Thursday.
Herb. Open invite. Wally Pip, Dougie, persona non grata. Any come back next week?
Oh, I wish I could, but unfortunately,
he's already
this terrible job I have. That's not a terrible job. The job I have to wake up at 4:00 in the morning. So
thank you so much.
Unfortunately, I cannot.
No.
Yeah, thank you, Herb, for thank you.
Love you,
for
hermano.
calling in.
Thank you for
But
coming.
any other time, I'm in.
All right, Wally Pip, not yet, but we're working on it. Thanks, Herb.
Thank you.